What if I told you the voice in your head that echoes limitation is not you? What if your biggest fears and insecurities weren't even yours, but installed in your subconscious before you even learned to speak? Why do you feel like you're not enough? Doesn't matter what you achieve. This constant approval that you crave, why? Is because before you even had a say in it, before you even knew what self-worth was, before you could question anything, someone else already decided for you. Welcome to the Illumined Entrepreneurs. We will be learning metaphysical concepts, ideas, and principles, bridging the gap to make them easy to understand and practical to take action. Louise Hay mentioned again and again that in all her years of working with people, whether they were struggling with illness, financial hardship, or relationships, there was always one underlying belief that is common to all. I'm not good enough. She emphasized that this core belief was at the root of nearly every problem people faced. And it turns out she was right. According to Psychology Today, studies estimate that a staggering 85% of the world's population struggles with low self-esteem. That's almost the entire planet. How did we get here? This isn't just a personal struggle, it's a global epidemic. But to understand where this belief comes from, we need to rewind back to the beginning. Our journey begins in the safety of the womb and shifts dramatically the moment we take our first breath. Yet, it is our experiences of early childhood, before we even have words, that construct the framework of who we are to become. Many experts agree your earliest years don't just shape you, they program you. Like installing software on a computer. These first years are when the operating system of your subconscious is written. And if that's true, then whose beliefs have you been living by? Whose fears have shaped your reality? From the moment you're born, your brain is like a blank hard drive, absorbing everything. As it grows and evolves, it shifts through distinct stages of development, shaping how you perceive and process the world around you. Scientists have measured brain activity in hertz, which measures the number of cycles per second, using EEG scans, and have classified brain waves based on their speed, ranging from slow, deep states to fast, highly alert states. From birth to age 2, our brain operates in delta wave patterns, 0.5 to 4 hertz, the slowest and deepest state. As we grow from ages 2 to 6, our brain shifts into theta waves, 4 to 8 hertz, a highly suggestible and imaginative state. By ages 6 to 12, we transition into alpha waves, 8 to 12 hertz, where learning, creativity, and awareness begin to take shape. From age 12 and beyond, we primarily operate in beta brainwave patterns, 12 hertz and above, where the mind matures, becoming more analytical, logical, and focused. During these foundational years, when our mind is primarily in delta and theta brainwave states, we're not just learning, we're being programmed. Have you ever noticed how babies look at the world? Wide-eyed and unblinking. This is absorption. At this stage, their brain operates in delta, which is in pure absorption mode with no filter, no analysis, just recording, like a camera that never stops. This is subconscious imprinting, downloading patterns, beliefs, and emotions that will shape their entire life. Then the brain shifts from absorbing information to accepting it as absolute truth. Between ages 2 and 6, your brain operates in theta waves, a state identical to deep hypnosis. For years, you're walking around in a constant trance, downloading everything around you without question. This isn't just learning, it's being hypnotized. You don't filter what's being told to you. You don't resist, you accept it. Don Miguel Ruiz describes this phase as the creation of our personal book of laws. The moment our subconscious accepts its first rules, we don't choose our first beliefs, we inherit them. We unknowingly enter a system of agreements, which are rules, beliefs, and self-concepts that are handed to us by parents, teachers, society, and culture. And because our young minds are in theta, we accept these agreements as absolute truth. For example, a child that constantly hears money is hard to come by, or sees their parents stressed about finances. This belief can be imprinted, leading to struggles with money. Or if a child is constantly criticized, scolded, or ignored, this belief can take root, where they grow into adults battling anxiety, perfectionism, and self-doubt. But here's the problem. These beliefs aren't facts. They can be completely false, even absurd. And yet, once imprinted, they become programs in our subconscious. What if your deepest fears, your limiting beliefs, your self-doubt aren't even yours? What if they were just downloaded into your subconscious as a child, and you've been running them ever since? This conditioning doesn't just happen through words. It happens through how we're taught to feel. Teal Swan speaks about this idea. She writes, "Very often, parents seek to mold their children into an image of good, one that conforms, obeys, and does not question." Very often, well-meaning parents, shaped by their own past wounds, teach children to suppress their emotions instead of embracing them. Instead of guiding children to honor their feelings, parents may disapprove, dismiss, or ignore them, unintentionally sending the message, "You are not enough as you are." As Teal Swan points out, when a parent disapproves of their child's emotion or dismisses it, the child begins to accept the parent's estimation of the event and learns to doubt his or her own judgment. As a result, the child loses self-confidence and learns that it's wrong to feel the way that they feel. A parent who lacks self-awareness will teach confusion. A parent ruled by fear will pass down chains. A parent who seeks control will breed rebellion or submission. A child is not being raised, they are being programmed. Healing begins when we recognize that our emotions are not the enemy. They are simply energy moving through us. They are our compass asking to be acknowledged and understood. Can you start to look at your emotions as guides, not burdens that need to be subdued or buried? When a child learns to trust their emotions, to embrace them with love instead of fear, something wonderful happens. We give them a lifelong gift, the ability to trust themselves. When we love and accept ourselves, we teach our children to do the same. When we honor our emotions, we give our children permission to trust theirs. When we speak words of kindness and encouragement, we plant seeds of self-worth that will grow into a lifetime of confidence and inner peace. To raise a conscious child, we must first become a conscious parent. So the question is no longer, how do I change my child, but rather, how do I change myself? Here's the truth. So listen, you were hypnotized into forgetting your power. Now is the time to wake up from your slumber and realize you were never broken. You were never weak. You were never not enough. No more believing lies you never chose. No more living someone else's script. You were programmed to believe you were, because the truth is you were born worthy. You were born enough. And it's time to remember who you really are.